Hey guys, Brent here, and today I'm through hiking the Laurel Highlands hiking trail in Pennsylvania. All right guys, like I said, we're doing a through hike of the Laurel Highlands hiking trail out here in PA. I've got Jonnie and Andy with me this trip. They've both been in videos, so I'm sure you guys have seen them. 70 miles on this one. We're going to do it over 5 days. Shorter day 1 and day 5 with 3 pretty big ones in the middle. Enjoy the trip. All right guys, we're about 4.5 miles in right now. We are going to, I guess Andy's in a hurry to lunch. We're gonna go to the first campsite that's just over 5 miles in. We're gonna hang out there, top off water, have lunch, and then we're gonna push to the 271 shelter area, which is about 13.5 miles in. That was our day 1 plan, so didn't want to do a huge day 1, but it should set us up good for the rest of the trip. All right, y'all, we made it down to that first campsite. I couldn't wait. I just had lunch, so drinking some Gatorade now. We're gonna hang out here for about another 15 minutes or so, and then get back on trail and push towards the shelter that we're actually staying at tonight. All right guys, we crossed over 271 and mile marker 57. We're on the offshoot trail now that'll lead us down to the 271 shelter. Gotta kind of watch where I'm going. It's still super rocky and I'm trying not to fall. Yeah, that's gonna be home for tonight. It's about a mile hike down to this shelter, so it's not close to the trail. But we're all definitely looking forward to getting over there and getting set up, having dinner, and getting some good sleep tonight. All right guys, home for the evening. I decided to take the shelter on this one. There wasn't a ton of flat ground over here. There was a couple spots that would work, but when I set up the tarp and got this awesome shelter here. Morning everyone. So morning of day 2. We just had breakfast. We're finishing up getting packed up right now. Planning for a big day today. So we are going to push all the way to the turnpike shelter. Should be like around 19 miles away, but with extra trails that we're going to have to add on and water stops and whatnot, we're anticipating over a 20-mile day. So it's about 8 a.m. now. We're going to finish up the last little bit of this and get on trail. We're kind of trying to decide if we're in Fern Gully or Jurassic Park right now. A little different outcome depending on which one we're a part of. Hopefully we don't have to find out. All right, so we're just hiking along and found an area to hang out and play a nice little game of tic-tac-toe over here. So, skateboarding with water. That's wasteful, by the way. But yeah, kind of cool to see us out on trail. Haven't seen that before. So Jonnie and Andy are a little ways up ahead of me. I'm slowing down a little bit, about 16 miles in for the day. About another 4.5 to go. Should be able to make it by daylight. I'm gonna be pushing it close. So we'll see. I'll get moving. I'll catch up eventually. Well, that sign behind me is quite the welcome sight. After a really big day, we've been on trail for about 10.5 hours now, hiking. I'm only a couple tenths of a mile away from a shelter, water, supper, and bed. Morning, everyone. Morning of day 3 right now. I'm hanging out in the shelter. We got a little bit of rain earlier. It's about 8:30 now. I've been up for about an hour. Packed up most of my stuff, had breakfast, drinking coffee now. Shorter day today, thankfully. We've only got like 14-15 miles to do today, and possible resupply. There's a ski resort and a little shop and a couple places down about 10 miles from here, and we think we're going to make the little side trip over there to get a little bit more food, maybe some ice cream, something good along the way. Yeah, and then camp tonight and a big day tomorrow again. So see you guys on trail. Well, we just passed mile marker 36. Got some stairs to go down here. I better watch where I'm going. Next mile marker is going to be 35. 35 will officially be the halfway point of this trip. So, looking forward to that. We'll see how it feels when we get there. I'm sure it won't feel as good as mile marker 0, but still an accomplishment. Well, made it over to the Highlands Market. Just what the doctor ordered. A good old barbecue brisket sandwich and chips, soda. Definitely a nice little pick-me-up halfway through this hike. All right, just finished up our lunch stop and our little resupply over here at the Highlands Market. I got some goodies in the pack now that I didn't have before, so I'm happy. About 4 more miles to go until we hit camp tonight. And yeah, I'll check in along the way or when we get there. Well, we made it over to the ski resort, Seven Springs. It's right over there that way. Unfortunately, there's no snow on the ground, so I don't think we're doing much skiing today, but keep going on the trail. We are hiking up a ski slope right now. Apparently the LHHT overlaps with, I believe the sign said slope 7 out here. We just follow the signs of the little yellow hiker man. Well, we were walking through the ski resort and just found something kind of awesome. I think it might be time for a swim. All right, there goes Andy. There goes Andy. All right, just past mile marker 25. That's our last mile marker for the day. Camp branch off is going to be before we get to 24. Start taking Andy's knees out. But yeah, almost there. Almost there. Morning, guys. Morning of day 4. So it's about 7:30 now. We're aiming to get on trail by 8. So we're just doing our little final prep, final packing. Big day again today. Got, is that Sasquatch? All right, it went away. Big day again today. So we're looking at about 18 miles, could be longer with the little side trails back and forth to the campsite. So I'm gonna finish up and check in when we get out there. All right, guys, made it up the little offshoot trail from the Grindle Ridge camp. Somebody's a little extra motivated and just dropped his phone on the ground. But yeah, we're between mile markers 25 and 24 and headed towards the Ohio Pile shelter area. All right, guys, we just passed the 19-mile marker. All three of us are out of water right now. A lot of the streams out here are just bone dry. So there's a little trail that shoots off that goes up to a parking area that has non-potable water pump. So we're gonna go there, hang out for a few, get some water. We definitely need it. So that's the plan. So apparently that's what potable water looks like. Thirsty, anybody? That is what we are drinking today. All right, found the stream down by mile marker 15. It's full of rocks, but there's a few pockets where you can get down in, dunk a Be Free bag, get a little bit of water. But lunch and snacks, got the Pringles can out, so I'm gonna chow. Definitely taking a nap on the bridge right now. None shall pass. All right, guys, a little update. I'm hiking alone right now. Jonnie and Andy are ways up ahead. They're just doing a pace that I can't keep up with right now. That kind of thing happens when you're out here. Get further into a hike and people experience different ailments. They hike different paces. I just need to slow things down a little bit just for myself. I'm definitely hurting today, so it's all right. I'm making plenty good enough time to make it to camp well before dark tonight, so I'll link up with them there. Morning, guys. Morning of day 5 right now. So final day, about 6 miles to go till we get back to the car. We got some massive climbs and descents coming up, so this should be a fun one. But yeah, this trip has been kind of crazy, but we're headed to the finish to 3 of my favorite things. More on that later. All right, guys, I'm feeling on top of the world right now. Just got over here to mile marker 3. Finished off the last huge climb for the day for the trip, and feels good. We got a little ridge walk now, and then down to the parking lot and the finish. I want to take a minute and give a couple shout outs though to Andy and Jonnie. First off, for being out here doing this trip with me. I think we all kind of picked each other up at different points. I know I needed it yesterday and they were both there for me. So Shout out to both of them. So Jonnie and Andy from Andy Parish Outdoors. You guys have been awesome. Thanks for doing this trip with me. I wonder how tired I look right now. Because I am. Pushing through this last mile. All right, guys, that's it for this one. 70 miles in the books. LHHT Thru Hike is complete. God, it feels good to be at the end of this thing. It just absolutely kicked my butt. There were huge high points, huge low points, but we did it. We made it together, and yeah, this one's in the books. Now it's time for 3 of my favorite things. As you guys who watch these videos know what they are: beer, pizza, and a nap, in that order. See you guys from the Laurel Highlands hiking trail.